No.
Either one, yeah. You can go next time. All right, so use one of these to talk about number. So you could say, I'm going to talk about 5 things.
I'm going to talk about 5 things.
Right.
The first thing is blah blah. The second thing is
Blah, blah.
ABCD. The third thing is 1, 2, 3. The fourth thing is X, Y, Z. And the last thing is something.
All right, so any suggestions? What do you think? Did she use the correct gestures?
No.
No? So what do you think?
I think she like 1 thing here, 2 things in third thing, 3 things here.
Yeah, good. So if you're making a list, remember that it should flow in order, right? So first, second, third. You don't want to be like first, second, third, fourth, right? So don't be all over the place. Make sure it's going in order. And then remember, if you're using a number, you should hold it long enough that the audience can see it, right? You don't want to quickly say, okay, I'm going to talk about this many things, and then we're going to go here, this many. Yeah? So you want to make sure that the audience is following along with what you're saying, and you're not motioning too quickly. Anything else? No? All right. Good job. Thank you. All right, so the next one, it talks about emphasis or focus, and this is on the bottom half of the page. So if you really want to emphasize something, as the first guy says, he's saying our product is unique, right? So when I'm speaking and I say our product is unique, you pay attention to that word if I motion, right? The second one, he's saying the point I want to emphasize, right? So if I do this and I'm trying to emphasize something, it helps the audience to know that I really want them to pay attention to it. The third one is if you are using visual aids, right? So if you're using a PowerPoint where there's a chart that you want to show, and there's something really important that you want the audience to pay attention to, then you can motion to your chart or your PowerPoint. So in the third one, she's saying the key point is here, right? So when I'm speaking and then I say the key point is here, where do your eyes go? They're not looking at me anymore, right? It's looking to where I'm pointing. So the key point is here. Does that make sense? Yeah? All right, so let's get someone to demonstrate these ones, the emphasis. Does someone want to demonstrate these? Yeah? You feel calm? Yeah?
No.
Really calm.
Oh no.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That means it's fine. All right, so let's pay attention and see what gesture she uses.
The point I want to emphasize is the value of witness testimony in criminal trials.
All right, what do you think? Did the gesture work?
Yes.
Did you tell she wanted to emphasize it? Yeah? All right, yeah, good job. Will someone else come and demonstrate one of the other ones? So let's say that you're giving a PowerPoint and you want to show something on the PowerPoint. Will someone demonstrate how you could do that? Yeah, sure. And remember when speaking to remember the things that Mai taught you already, right? So posture, hands, eye contact.
So, the key point
would you show the TV screen is this big? Looking at this also. So with your group, talk about this. Demonstrate it. This big. All right. So yeah, you could say my TV screen is this big or this big, right? So if you are showing how big or small something is, use your hands to show it. All right, go ahead and try it. Attention, please. All right. So the second one, it is shaped like this. What are some different shapes that you could show with your hands? Yeah, good. So square. What else? Round. Yeah. So you could say it's shaped like this. Anything else? Is there probably the most popular?
Triangle.
Triangle. Yeah, it's shaped like this. Good.
Summit.
What about the next one? So if you say it is located in the top right corner,
Sorry.
yeah, so motion like this, the top right, the top left. The next one. So let's say you are demonstrating how to open something. So with your group, how would you do that? Sit down to each other. Yeah, but you won't actually have that. So, all right. So will someone come up and demonstrate this one? So if you are saying twist it like this, someone come up and demonstrate. How would you show it?
Use a water bubble.
No, you won't have anything with you in your presentation. So someone come up and demonstrate. If you wanted to say twist it like this, what would you do? Yeah.
Just like
No? Okay, so that.
Twist it like this.
Yeah, all right. What do you think? So good? Do you understand how to twist it?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Thank you. So then the next one, it's in the middle. So he's pointing in the middle. The one after that, pull it apart like this. Yeah? All right, so how about you can do them with me? So if I said pull it apart like this, so everybody participate. How would you, so pull it apart like this? Yeah, good. How about the next one? If I said it is on the left, so everybody do it along with me. It is on the left. It is on the left. Yeah? The next one. The new notebook computer is very thin. So you said it's very thin. Very thin. Yeah? So again, you're demonstrating how big or small something is. And then the last one, if you were saying cut it twice. So you're demonstrating 2 times, right? Cut it twice. All right, good. So those are different things you can use for the shape or the size of something or where it's located. And let's talk about the last ones, comparing and contrasting. So if you're talking about 2 different things and you're saying how they are similar or different, or you're talking about advantages or disadvantages, then you can use these. So the first one, if he says both sides should be equal, yeah, so you're motioning with your hands that things are the same, should be equal. So everybody try that. So if you said both sides should be equal, yeah, does that make sense? What about the second one? So if you want to demonstrate that something is higher or more than it was before, you could say something like the price of gas is higher now than last year, right? So you're using this, remember this was equal, and now you're saying higher. Yeah, and you could do the same thing as lower. So the price of gas is lower.